Welcome. You have successfully checked into your abundance timeline.
Money is just energy, babe. And the way that you treat money is the way that it comes back to you. So, most people think that money is something that happens to them, right? Something that shows up or something that doesn't show up, but it is something that is out of their control. But money is just energy, and energy responds to how you treat it. So, if you are new here, my name is Karyn Medeiros. I am an award-winning manifestation coach. I am a two-time best-selling author, and I am a boy mom who is usually on the soccer sidelines 24/7. And you are listening to the Rich Girl Podcast. So today we are talking about the psychology of money, why you do what you do with money, and what it is costing you. So there is a declaration that you make every single day around money. And I want to help you figure it out what your declaration is that you say every day. So, what do you say about money on a daily basis? Like, I don't want you to think about, well, what I think about money or, what you want about money. I want you to think about like what actually comes out of your mouth every single day, like what runs on repeat in your head every single day around money. Because I hear all the time, I don't have enough. There's never enough. Money is tight. I can't afford that. I'm always broke. I'm terrible with money. And those are not statements. You're not saying there is never enough or money is tight. Those are not statements. Those are declarations. And the universe delivers exactly what you declare. So every time you say, I don't have enough, you are programming your brain, your body, your nervous system, your entire energy field to find evidence that you actually don't have enough. And every single time, guess what's going to happen? It will find it. It will find that evidence because that is the assignment that you gave it. You gave that assignment to your brain of, I don't have enough. I never have enough. And so what you're doing is you're not describing your reality, you are creating it. And so how you treat money is how it treats you. So let me give you some examples. If you avoid looking at your bank account, right? If you put off checking your bank account because you're afraid of what you will see or afraid of what you will not see in there, you are treating money like there is something to be feared. So you are picking up your phone and you're like, I know I need to look at my bank account, but I can't. So you're treating it like something to be feared by looking at your bank account. Money comes back to you as something to be afraid of because that is the energy that you are putting out when you're opening up your app that you don't want to. If you spend without thinking, so like you just spend kind of like you spend frivolously, you know what I'm trying to say. Not frivolously, like what's the word? I don't know. Let's just use that word. Like you never track, you never know where it goes, you never pay attention. You're treating money like it doesn't matter. And what happens when you treat money like it doesn't matter? Money comes back to you like it doesn't matter. Your energy out is your energy in. If you guilt trip yourself every single time that you spend something, if you can't buy yourself anything without immediately feeling bad about it, you're treating money like it's bad. And that money comes back bad, right? Like it will remove it. Something will show up, a bill or whatever, and then that money will come out of that to go towards that. But if you look at your money with gratitude, doesn't matter if you got $10 in there or you got $1,000 or 100,000. If you look at your money with gratitude and you pay your bills and say, thank you. And you say, thank you, because you know what? Like I have the ability to pay them. Not do you have enough to pay this, and this, or do all of this. At the moment, I have the ability to pay these bills. Great. Say thank you for that. If you receive money, right? Like if you receive money with an open hand instead of a closed fist, money will come back to you in the same way. So if somebody's trying to give you something and you're like, oh, I don't know if I should take it, instead of thank you, like thank you very much. That is the way that money is going to come back to you. It's not complicated. People complicate this all day long. This is just energy. What you put out always comes back. People believe in karma all day long. It is the same shit. It's the same. Karma is what you put out comes back. So with karma, you're like, well, that's karma. What did you do? You literally put some sort of negative energy out, and guess what? Negative energy came back. It's the same thing with everything. What you put out comes back. So I want to share like one of the shifts that literally changed like everything. I stopped saying I don't have enough. And I started to say I love money. So I love money, and hold on, I'm going to turn off my phone. I love money, and every time I spend money, it always comes back to me more than double. That's my intention. That is my expectation that I started to say years ago. And that was the shift, that I actually loved money. Now, I started saying this when I didn't have money. I didn't have enough to pay all my bills. But then I started out with writing gratitude. So, I mean, back then when I started all of this, I had paper bills. Now, I guess it's all digital. Mine is all digital now. And so we had paper bills. And so, guess what? Those paper bills, I would write thank you on the bill. And I would write, if it was my electricity, uh, thank you for the electricity that, that we have. Or if it was an internet bill, internet. Yeah, internet. I was like, wait, that just sounded really weird. Internet. If that was, the internet bill, then I would say, thank you for providing me with internet. And I would write, sometimes I would just write more like, thank you for the opportunity that I now have connection with the whole world with this internet. But I always wrote thank you at the bare minimum, thank you. And then, the date and the number and all that stuff. And that was a shift. That was the shift that started everything. And it wasn't because I loved money, because I had a lot of it. I didn't. Right? I did not. I started loving money as a practice, as a declaration, because I knew that I was either putting a statement out there, or I thought that I was just making a statement, but I wasn't. I was making a declaration. So you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And if you're constantly in a relationship with money that is stress, that is avoidant, like you never want to, you never want to like look at your bills, you never want to look at how much money you have in your bank account, you're fearful, then guess what? That is the relationship money is going to keep showing up in. But when you become someone who loves money, who respects it, who welcomes it, who talks about it like, yeah, money is just on its way. I know every dollar that I spend, I'm always going to get more back. Then your relationship with money changes. So I want you to try it now. And I want you to say out loud, I love money. And then I want you to like feel it for a moment. And I want you to be like, ask like, did that feel weird? Feel like a little weird? Like I love money. Is there something that like you felt a little bit of resistance in it? Like, did something in you saying, I love money, did something in it resist you? Because if any of that felt a little bit weird, a little bit of resistance, that resistance is the block. And that's exactly where the work needs to be done. So I think most people are disrespecting their money energy every single day without even knowing it. Like, I think you're probably the majority of you that are either watching this or are listening to this are disrespecting your money every single day, your money energy every single day, and you don't even know it. So again, saying that I don't have enough, every time those words come out of your mouth, you are pushing money away. You are declaring, I don't have enough. And the universe or God or whoever, that energy is like, you're right. Let me make sure that happens, because that's what you're declaring. If you are avoiding your bank account, like if you can't look at your money If you can't look at your money, you can't grow your money. I mean, that kind of makes sense. How are you supposed to grow it if you don't know how much is in there? Rich girls look at their money every single day, always. That is why I created the Rich Girl Gratitude Journal, to give you a practice and to get you into that money loving practice. So every single day, you in my Rich Girl Journal, Rich Girl Gratitude Journal, I write in the journal and I write, all the prompts and everything that I'm supposed to do in there. At the very end, I have to open up my bank app, and I have to look at the money, and then I have to take the total, and I have to write the total at the bottom every single day. So I know every single day. Some days that money is way up, some days that money is way down. But I have to make sure that I have normalized my money energy relationship, knowing that it's going to go up, it's going to go down, but I always have enough. So rich girls look at their money every single day. Another one is if you're spending, every time you spend money, especially on yourself, you feel guilty. So every dollar you spend with guilt is a dollar that you sent out with shame energy. And shame does not come back multiplied. If that's the energy that went out, that's the energy that's going to come back. It's just going to come back in a completely different way. If you are complaining about prices, which prices have doubled in the last few years. And so it's kind of easy to be like, that is so expensive. I could never afford that. Every time you say that, you are declaring yourself out of that reality. That's great. You will never afford it. And it's so expensive for you that you won't be able to afford it. And talking about money like it is the enemy. Money itself, money just itself is neutral. Sometimes you can't even see money. You tap a piece of plastic. Money is just energy. You don't even have to have physical money in your hand, and you're able to spend money, buy money. You're able to receive money. Someone's like, hey, I just sent you a transfer. Awesome. There was no money exchange. It's like energy going here and there. And the energy you give it is the energy that you get back. So I want you to start treating money differently. So I want you to change what you say. And I want you to start doing that today, right now. Stop saying, I don't have enough. And I want you to start saying, I love money. I welcome money. Money flows to me easily. And I want you to say it, even if it feels like a lie at first, because the version of you that you want to become needs to believe it, and you need to hear it from yourself. Two, I want you to look at your money. I want you to open your app. I want you to check the account. I want you to stop avoiding it. You can't grow what you will not look at. Even if the number in that banking is not where you want to be, I want you to look at it with the energy of, I am working on this. I'm not ashamed of what I do or don't have in here. I am working on this. Why? Because I love money. 3, I want you to pay your bills with gratitude. And I know, kind of sad. Okay, well, how do I do that? Sounds kind of weird. Every bill you pay means what? Every bill that you pay means that you have a phone, you have a roof over your head, you have electricity, you have water, you have things that are worth paying for. So I want you to pay them like somebody who is grateful that you have the ability to pay them. And then 4, I want you to receive well. Like when money comes in, I don't care any amount, any size, I need you to celebrate money. I need you to say thank you and not minimize it. Like maybe it was $10 coming in versus $1,000. And if you have, say you have a paycheck or you have a big invoice that is being paid or whatever, like I want you to receive it and I don't want you to spend it right away. Like I don't want you to immediately send it somewhere before you can acknowledge it. I want it to arrive. I want it to sit there for a moment. I want it to land. I want you to welcome it and I want you to be grateful for it. So what usually happens is you have bills to be paid. And so as soon as this new lump of sum comes in, whether it's a paycheck or whatever it is, you're like, oh, great. Now I have the money. So now I need to pay this, 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 and this. And as fast as it comes in, it goes out faster. And so now that is the relationship that you're making with energy is, oh, as soon as money comes in, I make sure that it goes out. And then your nervous system, your body does not get used to it. It just now gets used to, oh, money that comes in immediately goes out. So I need you to sit there for like a day or so. Just sit there and just like look at it. You got a big lump sum in there. I want you to open that bank app and I want you to be like, yeah, that feels good. Even though you know it's going to be gone, I need you to just kind of like really bask in it. And then I want you to say, I love money every single day. And in the beginning, as many times as you can, just throughout the day, like, man, I really love money. I say that like now, over a decade later, I fucking love money. Like I love money for different reasons. And so I would say that over and over, just, anywhere, just, man, I love money. And what did I do? I started to reprogram my brain that there was always enough money. And you'll stop saying it until it stops feeling weird and then it starts feeling like the truth. And then you'll say it even differently. Like, man, like I really love money. Where I would like be teaching this over a decade ago. And people are like, it feels weird. Now, no problem telling people like, I love money. And I used to apologize for it before, thinking that money was bad, until I learned the psychology of money, and money is just energy. And the way that I treat money is the way that it comes to me. So I need to stop treating it bad or that I didn't care and just start loving it. Love, 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 love. Love is the highest vibration that you can be on, the highest. And so if I'm treating money like love, then that's what has to come back to me. So this is the work that we do every single month inside the Rich Girl Network. We shift the language, we shift the energy, we shift the identity, and we do it together. We do it in a room together with a bunch of women who are done declaring, I don't have enough, and are ready to declare something different. So I would love to invite you into the Rich Girl Network and come in and do the work with us and change your relationship, not only with money, but change your relationship with yourself, your confidence, your self-talk, all of it. That's where we go really, really deep, is inside the Rich Girl Network. So I will leave the link in the show notes below. And I hope you join us. So I hope you join us. And I want you to remember that money is just energy. The way you treat it is the way that it comes back to you. So I want you to stop declaring that I don't have enough. And I want you to start declaring, I love money. I want you to change the energy. I want you to change the relationship. And if you do that, you will change what shows up for you. So I hope this episode was helpful. And if it was, I would love to hear it. So send me a message either on Instagram or my personal Facebook, which I think all of those links are down below. I would love to hear. And if you have a minute, I would love if you would leave a review on whether you're listening to this on iTunes, if you're listening to it on Spotify, or if you're watching me on YouTube. I would love it. And share the episode if you think somebody else can benefit from this. So yay. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hanging out as always. And I will see you next week. Ciao.